G'day fellow creatures of the internet, this is must-see Argonian here on YouTube, Bruzo Dragonius. And there may be some people that are pretty much new to the furry fandom that wanting to have a fursuit but don't know what makers that they know of that they want to commission. And that's pretty much okay, because in the last list of the video, I said that I'm putting the fursuit makers into the list that are on. So this is my biased opinion of my top 10 of my favourite fursuit makers that I would consider commissioning. But you don't need to, but anyway, you don't need to because I'm not really that much of an elitist, so here goes nothing. The first fursuit maker that I wanted to talk to you about is Arok Fantastic Dragon Store. Arok is a German fursuit maker, but he isn't like any other fursuit maker at all. And I don't know why any furry YouTubers talk of this maker on their channel. But you see, from what I believe what a fursuit should be, is that they don't have to be made of either fur or even fabric. With Arok, he's an example of such. Instead of using the typical fabrics like most fursuit makers use to make their costumes, Arok makes his costumes out of latex rubber type material that is the same stuff and the same quality costume that you would see in a movie, be it as if it would be a Power Rangers movie or whatever. With the way that he makes these fursuits, even though that they're not my recommendations unless that you're scaly to commission this person for a fursuit, but despite that, the suits that he made is ultra realistic. And with so much detail, with the colours and the scales and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, he does call them Lupe Suits or something like that, but he does a lot of things that are scaly, such as Argonians, which, case in point, one of my eggkin, whose suit that he's made for, got Uncle KomicKrazi's approval of his favourite Argonian fursuiter because of the quality and the detail, and it does look absolutely ultra realistic type thing. And especially bonus points goes, and their other example of their work is the cosplay of the raptors of extreme dinosaurs that has been seen around in Eurofurence this year as well. As in, they put in so much details into the characters and that. If you haven't checked Arok's famous Dragon Store, I recommend that you should. Just to look at their costumes that they made. And Arok, if that is your name pronounced right, I am so sorry that the other YouTubers didn't even give you a shout out that you actually absolutely deserve. So, to each and every one of my followers on YouTube or my watchers or whoever watches this, Arok is the person that you should check out, and Arok, you did absolutely amazing. Moving on to the second mention of my favourite fursuit makers is a personal friend of mine on Facebook or whatever, and she runs a business called Skyhigh Studios. Skyhigh Studios is an Australian-based fursuit making company that is run by a 19-year-old fursuit maker that is 19 years old, believe it or not, whose persona name is Sky. I'm not going to use the person's real name, but the furry name is Sky. In case you don't know who Sky is, she is an angel doggo or a winged flying dog type character, which I'm going to show you right now. She made that fursuit herself, which is her personal fursuit. She's got another one that's made by the other makers that will be mentioned on the list also, which is a Solaroo of Fursuit. Even though I'm not talking about what fursuits that I like, but I'm talking about the makers themselves. Sky started this business of hers since she's been beginning making costumes of such at 16 years old. So that's just basically before she got her learners, or what we call in Australia, elves. She put a lot of love in these costumes these fursuits from what I believe, especially to her own. Sky herself as a persona is absolutely adorable, not because of her size, because you know she is a pretty of a shorty in that compared to me, but she makes absolutely amazing fursuits, and she puts a lot of love into them, and as a person, she is a very generally nice person. I do love her, like her as a friend, even though I did met her numerous times at Fursuit, usually. And not only that, but she has a YouTube channel where she sometimes talks about some other stuff, not to mention, and including, she does a lot of tutorials on the basics, on teaching you how to make a fursuit, like basically the basics. So Sky, if you watch this, you are a heaps awesome fursuit maker for your age, and I just wanted to encourage you to never stop being awesome and keep up the good work. The third fursuit maker that I'm going to give a shout out to is a New Zealand based fursuit maker whose business is named literally SparkyCanDo. Sparky is one of my most favourite fursuit makers that I ever thinking about commissioning. I know her since her earlier work that she did, where she made a heaps amazing raptor, which is known as Criminal, and from there I really do adore her suits that she makes. Her other most notable ones is her personal suit that she made, which is a heaps adorable saber-toothed tiger of the same name, also known as Saber Sparky. She used to have a dragon suit with the wings and that. She auctioned it off to some furry, like in Asia, I think by the name of Bruzo Dragon or whatever that name is. I don't know how to pronounce it. Apart from her fursuit making, she builds her suit entirely from scratch. She also 3D prints the fursuit head base. It involves a lot of ingenuity of what she does, including 3D printing the entire fursuit head base. Outside of fursuit making, even though that she has her fursuit making channel on YouTube called SparkyCanDo, her other channel on YouTube is her adventures channel, and with the shenanigans there, called Sparky Bites, which I find very, very entertaining. So not only that she's one of my favourite fursuit makers, but I do enjoy watching her videos on YouTube. Also, the other work that she made is a character called Riven. Most notably, Riven is one of the fursuit characters which you know of a channel literally called Riven Lurks, where it just involves Lurks of Wolf mainly, but Riven's the newest addition to that channel. And not only that, but I would love to someday commission her for one of my fursuit characters, which is a Sotaru by the name of Forex, which, as you know, is a Sotaru based on a beer that's made here and known from Australia as well. The fourth fursuit maker that I also wanted to give a shout out to is a company or a fursuit making business that was once called +3 Defense Cosplay or +3 Defense Costumes. I'm not quite sure if it is cosplay or whatever, but all I know it's +3, and it is called God and More. I've been recommended this fursuit maker in my days of feeling a bit off, being a bit more depressed and that's before I become what I am now. And I've been recommended this fursuit maker from one of my friends over in America that I'm yet to see, that I haven't seen in real life, because me and Al Capone are pretty much in two different countries. Say for instance, Al Capone is in America and I'm here in Australia, but I'm yet to meet him someday, and but I'm just going off tangent. I know Gotamore as a business through this amazing Argonian partial that I've seen on YouTube. Even though yes, I know that I'm an Argonian, and you probably would see a lot of those fursuit makers that make Argonian fursuit. There's going to be a lot more of them. She doesn't only do realistic fursuits as well, but she also does toony fursuits, and she also does both digigrade and plantigrade. Not only that she does fursuits, but she also does, from what I noticed, cosplay armor as well, or LARPing armor. So she is an awesome crafter, an amazing crafter. Even though that Bruzo as a fursuit could have been made by Golden Moore as one of the candidates, but even though that this is Bruzo is just made with myself and a couple of friends as well, being put together. If you're listening, Golden Moore, I don't know when are you going to be open for commissions, but let's just say that it's still available right to commission. So anyway, even though that like I know that they're pretty much commissioned, or they're open for commissions around, say, around spring, or like Australian spring. The fifth fursuit maker that I'm going to go and showcase to you is a fursuit maker that's based somewhere in the United States somewhere. I'm not quite sure if it's Arizona or Texas or wherever, I'm not quite sure, which is Beastcub. Beastcub is the other fursuit makers that I really do admire the work of. She does absolutely stunning fursuit, and most of them are really ultra realistics. And even though that I said earlier, in my earlier videos, that fursuits are such a wearable piece of artwork, she does absolutely stunning work, with her fursuits. Some, like, she does on commission, but most of the other suits she does on artistic liberty. They are the most well-known makers in the fandom, and even though that she's the only fursuit maker that does quad suits, that's in this list, she's the only fursuit maker that I know that does quad suits, and most well-known for quad suits. And if you don't know what quad suits are, they're just basically those four-legged animal costumes and that, to make the character look more like a realistic animal, where basically there's only one person in that costume controlling both the front legs with the hands and the back legs with their own legs or something like that, to make the animal absolutely realistic and more feral looking. In other words, quadrupedal type animal, like the actual thing. The most notable works that she made is an absolutely stunning quad suit version of one of Twilight Saint's Dutch Angel Dragon characters, Sniper. Honestly, this person is, as I know, if you want a quad suit done of your character, or if you want to know what it's like to be in a quad suit, or in general want to own a quad suit, this person is the one go-to person to commission for them. But otherwise, if quad suits aren't your thing, then she also does like anthill characters as well for fursuits. Whether you want a partial or a full suit, that's entirely up to you. The sixth fursuit maker that I'm going to shout out to is Temperance, also known as under the business name of KomicKrazi Studios. KomicKrazi Studios is a fursuit maker that does both digigrade and planetgrade, mainly digigrade fursuits. Their fursuits is absolutely stunning, even though that, yes, they do both realistic and toony suits. What really gets me to love KomicKrazi Studios is that there's another Argonian that's in the fandom that they did that suit for, and oh my god, it is absolutely stunning. I know that Argonians aren't meant to be like naked and that, and have digigrade style legs and that, but you can argue all you want about what us Argonians are meant to look like. But with this Argonian named Spike, or I'm not quite sure, he's just absolutely amazing looking. It is just a stunning fursuit, and they make such amazing works. And even they do a lot of dragons as well. And oh my god, the material that they use to make them, even though that they don't always use fur, actually fursuits like use fur to make fursuits, sorry, they use whatever fabric that's suitable to the animal species. Whether that they use short fabric or fleece, or whatever fabric that they use to make dragons, they are very awesome at it. And especially with the rings also. And they also do cosplays as well. They also make cosplay costumes as well. So honestly, I really do like these guys. This person. Number 6, shout out of my favourite fursuit makers goes to another Australian fursuit maker by the name of Lupe Suits. For the record, I know for sure that I did say number 6 twice for both one which is KomicKrazi Studios and Lupe Suits, but but I lost count. So I just say let's just say that that's my seventh mention, which is for Lupe Suits, by the way. So anyway, continue on. As you all know, if you follow Fox or Fox Films, as it's now called, you would know that Lupe made Fox Veritas as a fursuit, and also I think made Anti-Fox. But this isn't the only reason why I like Lupe Suit. They also do she does absolutely adorable suits. I mean, her suits are just absolutely adorable. And oh my god, with Lazy Lupe, of all the Dutch Angel Dragon makers, or of all the Dutch Angel Dragons that I've seen that are made by various makers, oh my god, I mean, I have seen 2 Dutch Angel Dragons owned by the same person that is made by Lupe, and oh my god, they are just the most, the most absolutely adorable things that I have ever seen. Lazy Lupe, I reckon, could even top even Phoenix Wolf, even Sky Pro, even the other fursuit makers that specializes in doing or making Dutch Angel Dragons. They are just the cutest things that Lupe has made, and for that, honestly, they are so adorable. And even though that I met Lumi, I honestly would love to meet Pompeii 2.0, which is one of my fursuit crushes. And the other thing that I do like now is that they have those removable eyelids, so which I really do love when buying a toonie suit with those clip-on eyebrows, so you can just move to whatever expression your character makes. I really do love them. Even though that yes, the first time I've seen them is done by More for Less, which is another maker that I really do like, which is famous for that are the first fursuit makers that I know this type of technique with the clip-on, with the magnetic eyebrows for toonie suits. Not to mention that More for Less also pioneered the tail that is connected to the kidney belt tails and that, which is just really more awesome. And I'm just going to give More for Less fursuits as an honorable mention, not only because of that they created Bakari, but their suit is absolutely adorable as hell, even with that toonie style. And from all the YouTubers such as Ace of Hearts Fox, Bakari Roo, and all them people that I've seen, even Amaguine, they are just absolutely adorable, and they're really amazing. And honestly, that is another fursuit maker that I really do admire of their work. So I'm just going to give More for Less an honorable mention. But at least that I'm just giving More for Less as a shout out. The 8th fursuit maker that I'm going to mention is a very underrated fursuit maker. I think one of the small fursuit makers, I'm not sure, from Spain, I think, called Ursidae Fursuits, or Ursidae. I just wanted to correct myself. Ursidae Fursuits isn't from Spain or near Spain. Apparently, I checked on Facebook, and they're actually from Argentina, or based in Argentina. Now, please take for the record that they're a very small fursuit making business and that. But what really got me into Ursidae is that I am a huge sucker of other Argonians, or my eggkin made into fursuits. I couldn't say that they do cosplays or something like that, or whatever, but they do both partials and full suits. And the Argonian that they made, I absolutely fell in love with him in that, with the design, even though that it's a simple 2D eyes. But the effort that's being put into this Argonian that they made, with the moving jaw and the detail of the Argonian, even though it is toony, but it's also simple, but it turns out absolutely amazing. Even though that I did comment into their work and just seen their work, and I'll tell you what, their work is just underrated. I mean, they're very unappreciative, and if you do have the time, they do make really awesome suits, even though that they're toony or something like that, like I said. And I reckon that they do a heaps amazing job at it as well. I really do like the way that I really do love their suits as well. Now I'm just down to two more left for this list, even though it's going to take forever if I explain each and every one of my favourite makers or something like that, because, you know, I don't really have an all-time favourite maker, just the makers that I prefer to make my characters into suits, or really do like. The number 9 goes to the Menagerie Costumes. The reason why I put the Menagerie Costumes in there is that their suits they're absolutely adorable. I mean, each and every one of their suits that they make. They are known for creating the series of fursuits called the Critters of Chaos. Even though if you see Austin Rusty Rex, that's one of their works, as well as Blue, the doggo. Why I'm giving them a mention is the durability that the punishment that their heads can actually take without being ruined or wrecked or whatever. I don't know if it's true or something like that, or what they claim to be is true. There's so many things that you can do with the TMC fursuit head, and pretty much gets hardly any damage on it whatsoever. I mean, please, if you haven't got a head that's a TMC, please, honestly, I discourage anyone for doing whatever that they do or something like that, or throwing them away, or probably, you know, testing them or whatever. But just with all them claims and that, to me, with all them things, you know, like whether it's just washing them in a washing machine with the whole entire head or whatever, which I wouldn't recommend with most fursuit heads anyway, or whatever. I rate them as the Toyota Hilux of fursuits, as in you can give them so much punishment, try to wreck them and they won't be wrecked. So for the durability wise and that, I would recommend the Menagerie Costumes as for durability, like the best ever fursuits that you can get, like in durability and that, and not to mention that they put in so much effort into their suits. And last but not least, Mischief Makers. Like, I know for sure that, you know, Mischief Makers is pretty much one of the most well-known fursuit makers in the whole entire fandom. I've seen a lot of improvement that they did from their last line of work, you know. And yeah, they are famous because of Menagerie or something like that, or may not be famous, but I'm not sure if Menagerie, like the new 2.0 suit of Menagerie, is actually made by Mischief Makers. But if it is true, they've gone to new lengths. They made a huge impact. They changed their way of making fursuits to even include changeable eyebrows with Menagerie. And I'm not quite sure that Quartz Husky is also one of those fursuiters that are made by Mischief Makers. But they do absolutely well craftsmanship, even with both Plantigrade and Digigrade. And yeah, it is a very obvious choice or something like that, you know, and just to choose a big time maker. They are very awesome makers, and they have improved a lot. I mean, if you don't know who Mischief Makers is, either you check out Menagerie Strawberry's channel or just check out the original site itself, or their website. I don't want to make this video longer than it actually should have. So anyway, if you want to check out these makers yourself, please do. The links to their pages, whether it's their social media, their websites, or their YouTube channel is on the description below. You're more than welcome to comment what other fursuit maker that you like, that you want me to check out. Maybe that you are a fursuit maker yourself that is just starting and trying to open a new business, like a new business or something like that. Or, you know, an upcoming fursuit maker yourself. Or anyone, please comment down below what fursuit makers that you do like and what you do like, or if you want to advertise yourself, you're more than welcome to as well. If you're the fursuit maker as well. Also, if you want a part 2 of this video or whatever, please show me that you do by clicking on the like button, or probably just comment if you do want a part 2 anyway. For more awesome content like this, if you want to support me on YouTube, or if you do like my videos so far, make sure you click the subscribe button and press the notification bell so you will be one of the first person to know. And if you want to support me financially, there's my shop down there in the description below also, as well as my other social media sites that I'm on. If you play the PS4, and if you play Elder Scrolls Online, at least pretty much on the North America server, please look out for me, most likely what I am now, with the gaming tag of Bruzo21. Also, if you want to friend me on PSN, that is also my gamer tag, or if you want to play with me on PSN, or whatever, or game with me on PSN, my gamer tag is also Bruzo21. But as always, this is the most must-see Argonian on YouTube, Bruzo Dragonius saying, I love you, you matter, thank you so much for watching this really long video, thank you so much for subscribing if you did, I really do appreciate your subscribings, I love you all, hashtag my dry skin stuff is ugly, hashtag let Bruzo win, and as always, this is the most must-see Argonian on YouTube, Bruzo Dragonius signing out by saying thank you, and as always, may the Peace guide you all. Bye for now.